Hello, Standard 6. Your Arun sir. Going to teach Science, Chapter 13, the structure and functions of plant parts. And it is part 3. Means till today we have discussed about the shoot system and the root system. In root system we have discussed about the functions of the root, about the modification of the root, about taproot and fibrous root. And in stem we have discussed about the function and modification of stem. We have started discussion related to leaves. Okay. Outgrowth. Okay. Lateral outgrowth of the stem, which is green in color due to presence of chlorophyll and does the work of photosynthesis. And structure also we have discussed that leaf has got leaf base, leaf blade, apex, lamina, veins, stalk, and some leaves may have stipule. We were discussing about the venation. Once more, let me make you clear about the venation. Venation, it is the arrangement of vein and veinlets on the leaf blade. Arrangement of veins and veinlets. Arrangement of veins and veinlets on the leaf blade. On the leaf blade. That is called venation. And we have discussed there are two types of venation: the reticulate venation and the parallel venation. Okay, as in grasses, banana, what you will see, the veins are parallel to each other. If the veins are parallel to each other, such type of venation is called as parallel venation. And if it forms a network, as in mango or maple leaves, the veins forms a network. Such type of venation is called as reticulate venation. So this we have discussed. Now, types of leaves. Types of leaves. There are two types of leaves. One is simple leaf and other is compound leaf. Other is compound leaf. Now let us discuss what is simple leaf and what is compound leaf. A simple leaf has undivided lamina. The leaf lamina is undivided. Entire leaf is present. No cutting is there. Okay, if the entire leaf is present, undivided lamina, then, and one more thing, there should be a bud in the axil. Bud in the axil. Then the leaf is called as simple leaf. Once more, undivided lamina. Lamina is entire and axillary buds. This bud is axillary because it is present in the axil. So axillary bud is there, and if axillary bud is there on the axil of the leaf, entire lamina is present, then such type of leaf is called as simple leaf. A compound leaf is one in which lamina is divided into segments called leaflets. Now think of this lamina is divided. Okay. And the leaf is like this. Here this is not leaf, this is leaflet. Okay. Actually it was this type of leaf. And now the lamina is divided and leaflets are formed. As in Gulmohar, Okay, and here you will not see the axillary bud. Then such type of leaf is called as compound leaf. A simple leaf has a single blade which may be entire or whole, and compound leaf it may be divided into leaflets. Axillary bud is present in simple leaf, and in compound leaf axillary bud is not present. So it was about the simple leaf and the compound leaf. Now arrangement of leaves. How the leaves are arranged on the branches. You must have seen this way also. Here is the node. See here. On one node, only one leaf is there. Okay. And on other node, the leaf is opposite. So such type of arrangement of leaf is called as alternate. Okay, such type of arrangement of leaf is called as alternate. And in sunflower, you can see the alternate arrangement of leaves. Or mustard and sunflower, the arrangement of leaf is like this. You must have seen this way also. On each node, two leaves are there. On each node, two leaves are there. And such type of arrangement of leaves are called as opposite. Okay. Such type of arrangement of leaves are called as opposite. And you have seen in guava. Example is guava where on the nodes two leaves are there and they are opposite to each other. And other arrangement on a single node. Suppose this is node. Okay. Here many leaves are there forming a circle. Okay. Many leaves are there forming a circle. Such type of arrangement of leaf is called as whorl. WHORLED, whorl. Okay. And example where such type of arrangement you can see. There are also another arrangement of leaves called whorl. In this arrangement, more than two leaves arise at one node and form a circle. So we have understood about three types of arrangement of leaves. One is alternate, next opposite, and the third one is whorl. Okay. Now, what are the functions of the leaves? Naturally, leaves contain chloroplast. So, photosynthesis will be the function, preparation of the food will be the function. It has got a stomata also, pore also. So extra water is released by the help of leaves only. So the process of transpiration takes place by the leaves only. We have got nose for breathing. Stomata are present on the leaves. So respiration, the process of respiration takes place through the leaves. And certain leaves help in reproduction also. Means if you will plant the leaf, a new plant will grow. And one example is bryophyllum, where the leaf only grows into a new plant. So it was about the leaves. Now modification of leaves. Modification, you are knowing change in a structure for a special function. Then change in the structure of the leaves for proper function, and that is called modification of leaves. Now let us discuss why a leaves modify. What is the special function? First, leaf tendril. Leaf tendril. We have discussed about the stem tendril that helps in climbing this way. Some leaves also form tendril and helps in climbing. Okay. thread-like structure called tendril, and sweet pea. Sweet pea is the example where we can see modification of leaf, that is leaf tendril. Next one, leaf spine. Certain plants, leaves are modified to form a spine. You must have seen cactus plant. Have you seen the leaf of cactus? Yes, sometime you may see. Actually, in cactus, the leaves are modified to form spines. Okay. So that the loss of water can be checked. And if we will provide sufficient amount of water to cactus plant, what will happen? This spine will again turn to leaf. You can see. Okay. So, in xerophytic plants or in desert, what happens? Less amount of water is there. There, to check the loss of water, the leaves are transferred to spines. So, very clear. Now, next, certain leaves are there, certain plants are there which are insectivorous plants. They eat insect. Okay, sundew, bladderwort, pitcher plant. Their leaves are modified to form a pitcher. Okay, and it is covered. And when the insect will come here, it will close. Insect will die in this pitcher, and the nitrogenous product will be taken by the plant. So some plants which are insectivorous, their leaf is modified. Okay, catch the insect and digest. So we have understood about the modification of leaves. Now coming to the next part of the plant, we have understood about the root, stem and leaf. Now coming to flower. What is flower? It is a reproductive part of the plant. Reproductive part of the plant. Okay, means flower matures, grows to form seed, fruit, and by that one new plant is formed. Okay. And we can differentiate flower on the basis of their smell. Different flowers have different smell, size, color. A flower, what does a flower have? A stalk. Suppose this is a flower, okay, and this is the stalk or pedicel. It is called a stalk or pedicel, dantal. Okay, by which we give flower to anyone. So in flower, pedicel may be there. Not necessary that all flower may have pedicel. Pedicel means stalk of the flower. Okay. And upper part of the pedicel may be swollen. This cup shape may be swollen. And this is called a thalamus. Try to understand. This is pedicel, and upper part is called the thalamus. The thalamus bears the other floral parts. What may be the other floral parts? Let us see about the other floral parts. Now let us discuss each and every part in detail. This is a flower, this is the pedicel, and upper part of the pedicel is swollen and it is called as thalamus. Now, a flower may have four main parts. Four main parts. Those four main parts are calyx. This is calyx. Okay, green in color. And function is protection of the plant. When the plant is in the bud stage, it is protected by the calyx. And one unit calyx whole world is called calyx, and one unit is called as sepal. One unit is called as sepal. Next is corolla. Corolla is the colored part of the flower. After green part, colored part is there. This one is the corolla. Okay. Colored to attract the insects for pollination. And one unit is called as petal, because whole part is called as corolla, and one unit it will pluck one, that is called as petal. Next one, that is this part. See here, this is the male part, and male part is called as androecium. Male part is called as androecium. It is male part, and one unit is called as stamen. One unit is called as stamen. In stamen, what you can see? This is the anther, and this one is the filament. So anther and filament are the parts of stamen, and many stamens together they are called as androecium. And this part is the gynoecium, or the female part. Fourth part is the gynoecium, or the female part. And female parts contain three parts. One unit is called as pistil or carpel. Pistil or carpel. One unit of female part, gynoecium, is called as pistil or carpel. And it has three parts. This one is stigma. Middle part is called as style, and lower part is called as ovary. So stigma, style and ovary are the three parts of the pistil or carpel, and one unit is pistil and whole it is called as gynoecium. So it was about the flower. So dear children, in the next video we will discuss the rest part. Today up to this much. Thank you very much.